Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Friday, the 29th of January, and we're seeing some crazy stuff happening over here with Doge coin. I mean, this junk is bullish. Take a look at this, all right? If you just go back 2 days ago, you could have bought Dogecoin for 0.7 of 1 penny. And at the top, it went for 7 cents. So it did 900% in 2 days. And at its present level, it's at just a little bit over 5 cents, which is still 603.19% above where it was just 2 days ago. If you had a time machine, wouldn't it have been cool to go back in time just 2 days and buy Doge for 0.7 of a cent? Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, look at this junk. Aren't these candles just so beautiful? Just big, luscious green candles. It's just amazing, isn't it? Now let's look at this on the 4 hour, because I want you to see something. All right, I want you to see when we zoom out a little bit and look at it on the 4 hours time frame, we could actually see these levels, these support and resistance levels, very clearly. It broke above this level. It tried to break above it here, and then it broke above it and popped into this level, these levels here, broke above this level, blasted through there. And now the big question that I wanted to know is Dogecoin just going to now collapse back to 0.7 of a cent? Like, is this just a classic pump and dump? Well, I want us to look at this on the 30-minute time frame, and this will give us even more of a clear picture of the levels. So just something very easy for us to understand about technical analysis when it comes to any asset, not just cryptocurrencies. But in technical analysis, you can see very clear support and resistance areas that once it breaks above a resistance line, that resistance line becomes support. So you see this blue line I drew right here? When it popped above that line became support. So the very next candle came back and tested that line, went above it, and then bam, tested the next line, bam, came back down to this level. So it was ranging in this level here until it was able to break above it. And then it ranged in this level here till it was able to break above it. And then it tried to blast above this level, but the bulls pushed it all the way back down. You see this long red stem here that goes all the way back down to this line? That's called a rejection. It got rejected up here. It tried to blast through that level, but it was actually a fake breakout. It was really a bull trap. And it blasted all the way back down to the bottom level, but the bears tried to push it out again, and it blasted all the way back down into this level. And now it's just been kind of ranging in this level. You see the bears try to push it down to the previous level. You see the bulls try to push it up to the next level. The bears win, the bulls win, and now it's just kind of ranging in these areas here. And so this is kind of a trader's delight here. If you wanted to short-term trade Dogecoin, you could kind of just trade it within this range here. I mean, every time it goes up and comes back down, traders make a lot of money. Not only that, actually, some people who tried to short it at this line, their short sales got liquidated. And also some people who tried to long it at this line, their longs got liquidated here. And so this is where institutional investors, they liquidate retail investors like you and me. And that's why I don't play the short-term trading game. But this is pretty crazy, and the reason I brought this to our attention is because if we want to go over here and look at our little XRP chart, right? XRP looked like it had a little blast off too, right? I mean, XRP had tried to it broke up to 36 cents, 37 cents on this daily candle. Let's pull this back to the 4 hour range and take a look. Look at this junk. LTC exploded, right? It exploded up to like 32 cents here, and then it seemed to come back down to 29 cents, and now we're sitting right at 28.6 cents, and that feels like an explosion to us, doesn't it? The hard thing about this crypto game is that it always seems like an asset other than the one you're holding takes off. And the one you're holding, and the one you're believing in, and the one you're hoping for, it doesn't seem to do anything. But somebody else's coin, I have a friend who bought $500 worth of Dogecoin like 2 or 3 years ago, and that $500 is now worth $24,000. Man, I wish I would have bought me some Dogecoin even 2 days ago. Would have been awesome, right? But see, this is the patience that's necessary in the crypto game, because in the crypto game, it always feels like the asset that you're not holding is the one that takes off. And that's where the temptation comes and says, my XRP isn't doing anything. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of my XRP and I'm going to throw it into Dogecoin. But guess what the problem with that is? As soon as you do that, all of a sudden Dogecoin starts to break down, and it breaks beneath this level and it breaks beneath this level here. And pretty soon you've lost 30, 40% of your investment. And so you need patience. The patience to say, I made my decisions, I made my choices, and so now I'm going to pursue the patience necessary to see them through. Now, here's the positive news that we have looking at this XRP chart. Remember, I've been saying from the very beginning that this line, that this white line here, this trend line here, is a bullish continuum. It is a bullish trend. If we want to look at it on the macro, I'm going to go to the daily chart, so you can see that this is a bullish trend. You see what direction it's going, these lines? If you follow these lines, they go up. And I said as long as XRP is above this line, it is going up. Well, guess where XRP is right now? We've capitulated beneath this line a few times. Matter of fact, we've capitulated beneath this line for a significant amount of time and then popped back up above it. Just a couple of days ago, we capitulated under the line again. But guess where we are right now? Guess where we're sitting right now? Guess what we're looking at right now? We're sitting above this line, which means that we're still in our bullish continuum. Do we know when XRP's time is coming? No, we do not. But we continue to believe that it's coming. We continue to see the signs that it's coming. We continue to have hope that our waiting is not in vain. Now I'm going to go over to the LTC chart. This is LTC USD because we're seeing the same thing happen here. Now, the interesting thing I see with LTC is that it's even more bullish. Look at this. It was in this bullish channel here. It was channeling here. Even though it was a bullish channel, it was going upward. Then it popped out of that and created a whole new channel, which was more parabolic, even more bullish. And you see it hit the top of that channel and came all the way back down to retest this line. Now, I said a few days ago as it came beneath this line that I thought it was going to range down here until it settled around $111 before taking off. I was completely wrong. Instead, it broke back up into this bullish channel. It's not just that it popped up here about 22.64%. That's not what it is. It popped back above this trend line, and all of a sudden it began to use this trend line for support, which means that we are still in this bullish continuum, right? And so what I'm expecting, here's what I'm looking for from Litecoin. Here's what I think Litecoin's going to do. And once again, you've known by now, I think you've noticed by now that when I say here's what I think something's going to do, I mean that. I mean, here's what I think. And my thought could be wrong. At some point, I think it's going to test this line again, and it's going to bounce off that line, and it's going to try to reach for this line up here. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a nice breakout from Litecoin, and once it breaks out of this column up above the 220 area, then it's going to go parabolic. In other words, I believe that there's a bullish column even above, and we see that for BTC. So look at this. Look at what BTC did. So it was in this bullish column all the way over here until mid-December, and then it broke above it, capitulated beneath it, and it started to create this new parabolic trend line, and it broke down beneath it, and I thought it was going to come down here and test 26,000. Well, let me tell you what I'm going to do with this target. Get rid of it, because we've broken above this major support and resistance line, and it tried to break back into this parabolic trend line, above this parabolic trend line right here, and back into that upward momentum in order to press toward a new all-time high. And so I think now Bitcoin is using this line here as support. It was resistance. You see how we kept bouncing off of it, tried to pop above it, and got rejected and came back under it? Well, now we're above this trend line, and we're using it as support now. And so one or two more times, and Bitcoin's going to bounce off of this thing and probably break through this line here as it presses towards a new all-time high. So Congratulations to anyone who was holding Dogecoin. If you made some money on Dogecoin, if you're still holding Dogecoin, congratulations to you. I think the news was that Dogecoin joined the Spark network or the Flare network, which is a really cool thing. I have high hopes for LTC for the same reason, because they announced that there'd be that LTC is going to be a part of the Spark, the Flare network, and that there's going to be a free airdrop for some free Spark tokens for LTC holders in Q2 of this year. I'm looking forward to that. That's what's going on in the market right now. And my message to all of you is keep hope alive. Don't worry, our time is coming too. Diversify your portfolio as best you can, but do not jump around like monkeys in a banana tree. Hold the line. It takes patience, and this market grows as people with no patience transfer their assets into the pockets of people with patience. And so I want to be one of the people with patience, and I hope that's you too. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. I hope that you all sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic signing out.